Here are some character functions that may or may not be useful. The first is a substring character function. So, for example, suppose I have a data set that just has one variable, y, and it has just one observation. Thank you for your help. By the way, you notice that I'm using double quotation marks right here. Be careful because double quotation marks and single quotation marks are not in general interchangeable. In this particular example they are, however. So I'm going to make what's called a substring of this y variable. I'm going to go in and grab in y, this is y right here. I'm going to go in and starting at the very first character, I'm going to grab 5 of those characters. So in other words, this sub t variable will now have the value thank. And then same with sub y, if I go in starting at the 7th character, if I count, t is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 5 letters. The space is the 6th character, and then y is the 7th. So starting at the 7th character, y, I'm going to grab 3 characters. So I'm going to grab you. So sub y will have the value u, and you can just print it out to make sure that I'm not telling you a story. There it is. Now, if there had been any blanks before or after thank or you wouldn't have been able to see them, but just trust me, there aren't any. So now here's another example of a data set. That may not have been very exciting for you, but maybe this one will be a little bit more useful. This time around, I've got 2 variables, radio shock and this ID number, but this time I want to replace part of the variables with something else. So I'm going to go into the name variable, and starting at the 6th character, I'm going to replace 5 characters. So I'm going to skip R-A-D-I-O, that's the 5th character, and then the 6th one is S. So starting at S and going for 5 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to remove the entire word shock and replace it with and TV. And the same thing here with variable test. I'm going to go to the 5th character, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting at the 8 and replacing 2 characters, I'm going to replace 8, 1 with A4. So you can see how I do that. And then if I print out data more, you can see I've got radio and TV and ID with an A4 in the middle.